Good morning everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to take an exciting journey through art history, exploring the evolution of Western art from the Renaissance to the Baroque period. We'll see how artistic expression transformed from the harmony and human-centered focus of the Renaissance into the dramatic, emotional intensity that defines Baroque art. I'm looking forward to sharing this fascinating shift with you. Let's dive in. Renaissance art is all about balance, symmetry, and proportion, taking a lot of inspiration from classical antiquity to achieve harmony in composition. One of the key breakthroughs was the mastery of linear perspective, which allowed artists to create a convincing sense of depth and three-dimensionality in their paintings. At the heart of this period is humanism, where the focus shifted to realistic, often idealized, representations of the human figure, celebrating human potential and beauty. Artists frequently explored themes from religious stories, mythology, and everyday life, making their work both meaningful and relatable. They employed a range of techniques like fresco and oil painting, along with chiaroscuro, which uses light and shadow to add volume, and sfumato, which softens transitions for a more natural look. Some of the most prominent figures from this era are Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Titian. Overall, Renaissance art exudes a sense of calm, order, and harmony, emphasizing clarity and a rational approach to composition. Baroque art is instantly recognizable for its dramatic use of light and shadow, achieved through a technique called tenebrism. This creates striking contrasts that draw the eye and add intensity to the scene. Movement and energy are central to Baroque compositions, often complex and filled with motion, giving the impression of theatrical drama and deep emotional expression. The themes commonly explored include powerful religious stories, grand scenes, and displays of authority, all meant to captivate the viewer. Artists enhanced this effect with bold, vibrant colors, textured brushstrokes, and strong chiaroscuro, which further amplified the emotional impact. Some of the most famous Baroque artists are Caravaggio, Peter Paul Rubens, Rembrandt, and Bernini, each bringing their unique style to this dynamic period. Ultimately, Baroque art seeks to create a powerful emotional response by blending realism with dramatic tension, making the viewer feel truly engaged with the moment depicted. When we look at Renaissance and Baroque art, one of the first things to notice is their very different styles and compositions. Renaissance art is all about calmness, balance, and harmony. Artists of this period favored symmetrical and orderly arrangements, creating a sense of stability and clarity. In contrast, Baroque art is much more dynamic and energetic. It often embraces asymmetry and complex, sometimes chaotic compositions that draw the eye in multiple directions, adding a sense of movement and excitement. Another major difference lies in how they use light and convey emotional tone. Renaissance artists employed chiaroscuro in a subtle way to give a realistic three-dimensional effect, focusing on idealized beauty and a clear, rational expression. Baroque artists, however, took light and shadow to another level with tenebrism, a technique that creates sharp contrasts and dramatic, almost theatrical effects. This lighting enhances the emotional intensity of the scene, emphasizing realism, tension, and powerful drama that really engages the viewer on a deeper level. These approaches show how each period reflects different artistic goals and cultural values. When we look at Renaissance art, the key principles are harmony, proportion, and clarity. Artists focused on balance and realistic representation, aiming to create works that were both beautiful and intellectually satisfying. Moving into the Baroque period, we see these ideas evolve. Baroque art takes the foundation of the Renaissance but amplifies it with intense emotion and drama. You'll notice more movement, sharper contrasts between light and dark, and compositions designed to grab your attention. This style wasn't just about aesthetics. It was meant to evoke strong feelings and often conveyed messages about religious power and grandeur, making the viewer feel both inspired and emotionally engaged.